If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Johnny Fastlane here. So, 6ix9ine gets exposed by Trippie Redd's ex-girlfriend, and Kanye West marches with protesters in Chicago. Plus, 6ix9ine says he was a fan of Pop Smoke. Let's talk hip-hop. This is funny as hell, right? Because yesterday, DJ Akademiks went on his page, he put up this picture and basically was asking like his followers and fans about Trippie Redd, right? And said, does Trippie Redd write better music when he's single or if he's in a relationship, right? And 6ix9ine, of course, trolling his ass off, comes out of nowhere and just comments on it, and he's like, I'm dead, right? Then Alex, Trippie Redd's ex-girlfriend, actually responded to 6ix9ine and was like, shut up before I expose you, right? And the whole situation is like a couple years ago now, before 6ix9ine was locked up, you know, Trippie Redd and Alex was going out or whatever like that, but then they broke up. So then, of course, 6ix9ine had beef with Trippie Redd, so the way that he wanted to get back or kind of troll Trippie Redd was by being like, yeah, nigga, now I got your girl in my bed, right? So then, of course, you know, one morning, 6ix9ine is like taking a little video selfie, and he's watching like Trippie Redd on stage, and he's got the whole crowd chanting, fuck 6ix9ine, and 6ix9ine is just watching it on his phone, laughing, and then he reveals that right next to him is Trippie Redd's ex-girlfriend, Alex. So he's like, yeah, you got a whole crowd screaming, fuck 6ix9ine, but I'm laying in bed with your bitch, right? And it was funny as hell. And then, of course, 6ix9ine, you know, was caught by TMZ, I guess, leaving like an airport or a hotel or something like that. And TMZ asked him, hey, 6ix9ine, are you fucking Trippie Redd's ex-girlfriend? And 6ix9ine was like, hell yeah, I'll fuck the shit out of her, right? Then y'all see us laying in bed or whatever, right? So Alex is like, yo, I'm gonna expose you. All that was all orchestrated. It was basically put together like a skit or a scene, and that me and you ain't never did nothing at all, right? So she actually had footage of like a behind the scenes video of that whole situation going on, showing that it wasn't just random that she woke up in the bed with 6ix9ine, and that there were like 9 other people in the room all filming. It was a whole production. They had camera crew, light crew, and everything. And as a matter of fact, Shotty himself was like standing on top of the bed filming 6ix9ine and Alex.
Let's go clear it out. So, Kasha, what's going on with you and Alex? Are you guys really dating, or are you just trolling Trippie?
I fuck the shit out that nigga. I fuck the shit out that nigga. Shotty, squat real quick. No pressure. Yeah, boom, boom. Get the phone and everything like that. Yeah.
I mean, look, it's crazy as hell and everything like that, but really and truly, like, Alex, oh my God, you don't say 6ix9ine is fake? You don't say 6ix9ine was lying to us and acting like he was doing some shit that he really wasn't? Oh, you don't say that he might be the type of nigga that get arrested and tell on his whole gang? Like, what are you really saying here? Oh, 6ix9ine's not a stand-up kind of guy? He lied to his fans? That's what he does all the time, right? So anyway, 6ix9ine actually did like a long-ass interview with DJ Akademiks, where both of them were actually together, and then they streamed it like on Instagram Live, right? So, you know, before they actually did the interview, of course, 6ix9ine and Akademiks had to troll YK Osiris, basically, because you know YK Osiris is running around LA fighting Blueface and Tory Lanez and Designer and whoever, right? So of course they trolled YK Osiris and they set up like a fake ass boxing match of their own. And basically, Akademiks was like, yo, I caught 6ix9ine slipping. Since he snitched on everybody, I'm gonna be the first one to handle it and take care of the situation, right? But at the end of the day, so basically, you know, Akademiks and 6ix9ine were talking. They were just talking about the state of hip hop. Of course, you know, 6ix9ine tried to throw shots at other rappers. He was talking shit about like Lil Durk, saying that, you know, he went platinum in the streets, but I went platinum in real life. He was talking shit about like Lil TJ, saying that he sold like 17,000 the first week and that's it. And he even kind of, you know, questioned whether or not Blueface is a one-hit wonder, right? And basically he called Blueface a one-hit wonder because that Tatiana song, you know, blew up, but Blueface didn't drop anything after that reached the same height as, you know, Tatiana, right? And then, of course, you know, Blueface sees this and responded, and he basically posted up, you know, his Billboard hits showing that he's on the charts at least 4 or 5 times with other songs, not just Tatiana, right? So the whole thing was crazy. The interview was like, I think it's somewhere out there, like on YouTube or whatever like that. But check it out and let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, so that was footage of Kanye West out there in Chicago with the protesters, right? And the whole situation is, yeah, okay, it's cool, you out there marching with the protesters and you're trying to, I guess, do things for the Black Lives Matter movement, right? So between yesterday and today, not only did Kanye West go out there with the protesters, but he also pledged $2 million towards like Black Lives Matter, right? And what he did was he opened up a college fund for George Floyd's daughter. There's no money in it, I don't think, but he did open up a college fund, I guess, for people to donate to it, right? So at the end of the day, probably when she's old enough to go to college, it's probably going to be way more than, you know, $2 or $5 million in there, because people will be donating between now and then, and she is only 6 years old now, so it's like 12 years from now, right? Also, he pledged $2 million towards the families of Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor as well. Y'all know Ahmaud Arbery got shot in Georgia because he was, you know, black, and while he was just jogging, and then Breonna Taylor got killed while she was laying in her bed. Police just busted into the crib and shot her, right? And she was an EMS worker, so that's crazy, right? So the whole situation is, I mean, it's kind of cool to see Kanye West trying to put his money up and just, you know, notice and acknowledge that all these crazy things are happening within the black community, right? But this comes after Kanye West has a long history of just being crazy about race in the public eye, right? Kanye West went from saying that George Bush doesn't like black people.
The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
He went from saying George Bush doesn't care about black people to saying that Donald Trump is a father figure to him and makes him feel like a superhero.
It was something about when I put this hat on, it made me feel like Superman. You made a Superman, that's my favorite superhero. And you made a Superman cape for me.
And I just wonder like how Kanye West feels out there on the front line in Chicago with black people who are really fighting for justice. I just wonder how this nigga feels, you know, walking around them knowing that he's a Trump supporter. How do you feel knowing that that president that you said made you feel like a superhero and gave you superpowers is literally threatening violence against his own citizens, right? I wonder how Kanye West feels now. If he feels like a hypocrite or if he feels like, yeah, I still stand by Trump, right? You know, I'm just curious, right? But with him, you know, doing all this stuff for Black Lives Matter kind of makes me feel like he probably feels like a hypocrite and feels dumb, and now he's trying to put money up to, you know, right his wrongs or fix his mistakes, right? But then again, maybe Kanye West don't give a fuck and he's still super cool with Donald Trump, right? If I was out there and I saw Kanye West was on the front lines in Chicago marching with the people, I would have started a fuck Trump chant, and I would have really tried to see if Kanye West was gonna get on the fuck Trump chant too and see where he really stood. But that's just me. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Jail. And I'm actually a fan of the kid. Like, I'm actually a fan of him.
You said he was checking for you before, you know, what all that stuff happened. I mean, it's good to
Nah, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Listen, they shouldn't have done that. That was a great talent for New York City. And I think, to be honest with you, he was the fresh New York City, like the fresh, like
Hey.
the life.
Hey, I want to see a New York City, like, kind of like, what's that song where, like, all, like, the poppin' people in New York, like, did a verse on it? Like, kind of like
Oh,
a
One
pop-
Train.
Yeah, I want to see
ASAP Rocky.
Alright, yo, so 6ix9ine had an interview with DJ Akademiks yesterday. It was like 45 minutes long, right? And one of the things that 6ix9ine kind of talked about was Pop Smoke, right? And y'all know Brooklyn has like this whole drill movement. I feel like it was started by Bobby Shmurda and Roddy Rebel, GS9, but everybody is a drill rapper now in Brooklyn, from Casanova, Fetty Luciano, Pop Smoke, R.I.P., Fabio Foreign, Sosa Geek. I mean, like, Brooklyn is going crazy right now, right? So of course they asked they asked 6ix9ine about, you know, Pop Smoke, one of our beloved drill rappers from Brooklyn who got killed, right? So 6ix9ine is like, yo, I actually was a fan of Pop Smoke, and that's pretty dope, right? And it's funny because 6ix9ine was like, that's a huge talent, they shouldn't have did that, I can't believe they took him. He feels like Pop Smoke was like the fresh new face of New York, right? And I feel the same way, man. I feel like it's crazy that they even took Pop Smoke and everything that happened around it, and it's also insane that they don't have no leads, no arrests, no nothing yet, right? And the cops try to say, you know, it's because of coronavirus that they really weren't investigating like that, but I'm telling you, man, the more time goes by, the least likely it's gonna be for them to be able to catch who actually killed Pop Smoke, right? But it's funny as hell because Pop Smoke ain't fuck with 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Pop Smoke knew 6ix9ine was a snitch, and he ain't fuck with 6ix9ine. He ain't fuck with snitches, right? So it's just funny as hell how Pop Smoke is now dead, and 6ix9ine is like, yeah, I was a fan, but if Pop Smoke was alive, Pop Smoke would definitely be telling 6ix9ine to suck his dick, straight up, you know? Which is funny as hell, right? And then it's also just a little bit funny and interesting how, you know, with all these things going on in the world, you know, police brutality, black people being killed by the police or just random white people, and all, coronavirus and everything that's going on, it's so funny and interesting to see how non-important, you know, 6ix9ine and his antics are at this point in time, right? It's funny to see how 6ix9ine is going to try to be relevant when shit gets real, when shit is in a real space, right? When everybody's clowning around and having fun and laughing, yeah, people want to see what 6ix9ine is up to. But when niggas get to really trying to do some real shit, seems like people don't really care about this rainbow-headed kid at all, right? But let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Johnny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.